Have you ever been driving to work or getting ready to dial into that Zoom call and you drift off into some kind of daydream and really, really, really wish you were anywhere but right there? Yeah, we get it because we have been there. We had good jobs, we had a great home, we had wonderful friends, but we were missing something. We were missing freedom, and we were missing a way to retire early and get out there and really start to live. So we thought way outside of the box, and we chose van life.
Yeah, but choosing a van alone is difficult.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things to consider, like new versus used, gas versus diesel, length versus width, handling, cost, and so many more things. But one thing you have to do before you pick out which van you want is you got to know what you want to put in it. You got to know about the design.
Yeah. What's going in this thing before you can actually make the final decision on which one to get. Now, very important thing is this van had to feel like a home.
Really good.
Yeah, it needed to have our personal touches. It really needed a full-size shower with lots and lots of hot water. We needed a usable kitchen for Curt. He loves to cook. And we wanted a couch and a bed, right? And we wanted some storage everywhere you could possibly put it. It had to have air conditioning. It had to be off-grid. And this was a really tall order because a lot of the stuff did not exist. And we had to do a lot of research.
Yeah, it was a lot of research. And guys, the research was the hardest part. You know, not only did I have to find all the stuff, but I had to make it fit into the van, and I had to make it work.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, since this was new stuff, all the RV guys were telling me, you can't do this. All the outfitters were saying, no way. And so when I went online, you know, a couple years ago when I built this, there wasn't a lot of information, and then there was a lot of misinformation.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'll say about today is online there's a lot more information about how to build a van.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of misinformation, and so that can be nerving. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, I'm not too much worried about the research, I'm more worried about the build. So let me just tell you, as I put this van together and built, a lot of times I had to do things 2 or 3 times. Well, maybe it didn't fit, or maybe the door opened the wrong way.
Yeah.
For example, in the kitchen, I ended up raising it up about 4 inches so that I could put a nice little drawer underside there for our shoes on the outside.
Yeah.
And so all these things that I learned during this process, you guys have the fortune of getting this from the Van Build Workshop.
Yeah, all of our trial and error, all of our headaches, all of our rework, it's all built in.
Busted knuckles, blood, sweat, and literal tears.
Yeah. So then we did it, guys. We actually built a tiny house on wheels. We sold everything we owned, even our house.
Mm-hmm.
We quit those jobs. We do not have a boss anymore. We don't have deadlines where we have to answer to someone. We're our own boss, right?
Yeah.
And then we hit the road. We spent 7 months in the USA, traveling everywhere you could possibly think of going, seeing things you could never imagine you'd get to see, and just truly enjoying life.
And it gave us a good opportunity to really test the van and to make sure we had all the bugs worked out.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're down in Mexico, living off the grid, exploring, doing things that we literally could only dream about doing just a few years ago. Now, was it scary? Yeah, we knew there was a bit of risk. Our friends and family thought we were
nuts.
Yeah. So, but you know what? Now that we're out here and we're living the van life lifestyle, there is no doubt in our mind this is the perfect way for a lot of you to escape that rat race. And with Curt already doing a lot of the work and putting it in this Van Build Workshop, it's so much easier to use van life as a way to help you reach where you're trying to get.
So let's talk about the van. It's a 2018 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 3500 high top. It's got a 170-inch wheelbase. It's a 4x4 dually with a 3.6 diesel engine. Now the payload is just under 4,500 pounds. We have some beefed up suspension that really helps out. Now guys, keep in mind, this is our home and it's going to be our home for a long time, so size really mattered. Maximizing our internal building space while still having something that was easy to maneuver around so we could drive and park in cities and also go to those cool, remote, super cool places that no one else can get to. Now this thing has a powerful diesel engine. It's got a 4x4 drivetrain with dual wheels to help us from getting stuck. It also adds extra stabilization, and most importantly, it gives us that extra carrying capacity.
Long hot showers. This is something that is definitely required if you're going to consider this a true home, a true tiny house on wheels. So Curt created a recirculating shower system. It's got several filters and a UV light, and we can use the same 10 gallons of water for 1 week. So if you've been out hiking a canyon or maybe swimming with some whale sharks, you can come back to the van and take a nice long hot shower, which is really nice.
It is nice, but one of the things that makes this a true off-grid tiny home is our attic topped with 1,080 watts of tiltable solar. And what the remote tilt means is that we can get double the energy of someone with a flat solar. And this runs all of our electronics, including air conditioning,
Yes.
all of our cooking. It'll run our power tools, charge our e-bikes, and just run all our day-to-day stuff. Now, another nice thing about the attic is it has room for some light storage, and it also creates enough space that the max air fans can operate normally all the time. Now, this means no propane, no generator, and no, we're not a slave to shore power. We're truly off-grid, so we can get to all those cool places without having to worry about running out of juice.
Yeah, that's really nice. And this van is our home, and storage is important, and the attic is good that Curt just talked about and explained that extra storage. But what about the things you need every day? Like your shoes, you need cleaning supplies, raincoats, where are you going to put the dirty laundry? This is all stuff that during the design process, and even we added some during the build, where we worked to use every bit of usable space. Every nook and cranny in this van is used for storage. So it's never going to be cluttered, but yet it is really easy to live in.
Yeah, and one of the things that really makes this thing so functional and makes us able to do all this is our pass-through bathroom. Now this is an original design concept, but it's the hub of our van. I would say that we have the largest shower and bathroom in van life, which means you're not going to be sitting on the toilet scrunched up, taking a cold shower. You've got plenty of room for an unlimited hot water shower. It also has usable seating with a pull-out table, which makes a nice little workspace. It also has a place for our June oven, storage for our pots and pans. With these little hooks right here, it also acts as a closet for our raincoats and our clothes. And it just has a low fiddle factor, but is a really true multifunctional space.
Yeah. So whether you want to live in a van full-time like us, or you're looking maybe for a part-time vacation type van, this is the perfect van. You get all the mobility of a vehicle without sacrificing any of the features of a true home. And in the Van Build Workshop, Curt has taken everything he learned, everything he researched while we were going through the headache and stress of figuring this out and building our own van, and he has put it into this Van Build Workshop so that you can build a van just like ours, or even make a few minor changes if you want.
So here's what you're going to find in the Van Build Workshop. There's going to be basic plans, like floor plans, side, rear elevations, back elevations, all the measurements and dimensions you need. There's full system details. So for example, on the attic system, I even give you the invoices, the materials that I use to build the attic. There's video explainers. There's also build cost details. So in other words, what did it cost for us to build a van? And then also design modification tools if you want to do a little variation. There's budgeting tools, there's sourcing guides, how-to reference guides, and then there's a members-only Facebook support group to help answer some of the questions you might have throughout the process. And guys, there's just a lot more.
Yeah, so what are you waiting for? Build your dream van. Let's do this, guys.
Come on, join the journey. Let's go. Van life.
Be sure to scroll down and pick out the van plan option that is best for you. Thanks for stopping by the Van Build Workshop. Cheers.